Hello everyone, welcome back. It's been a while. Thank you, Brad, for the first. Shiro sings hello, J. Juna. It has been so long, as well as Austin. Hello, it's been a while. How have you been? I mean, I streamed recently. It was on you. I didn't see you around. Thank you for the second, Austin. Guilty Werewolf, how's it going tonight? And Shiro, thanks for the third. How is everyone doing? You've been good. I'm glad to hear it. I am back to play some more Ace Attorney. Whenever I do a series while I'm playing the game, I think this happened with Baldur's Gate 3, I get way too invested in the game and I just want to play. Like, I just want to play all the time. But I have to wait until stream. And it's tough because sometimes, you know, I'll have like half an hour and an hour, but that's like not enough for me to want to go live. But I want to play the game. And so I end up just playing off stream. But this game, I'm making sure I'm saving it for you guys stream. Hello Faraz, hope you have a good day today too. Stop streaming, just take really long breaks. Take like an 8-hour break while I go to work. Come back to stream for a few minutes, go make dinner, eat, come back, stream for a few minutes, go to sleep. That's the new meta. Anyway, today we're gonna just pick up where we left off last time, which was, I believe, it's been almost a week, so we just finished investigating this case. The first case, sorry, the second case, we finished the tutorial case. And, I should sit closer to my mic, sorry. It was the second case. We finished investigating day 1 and we're in trial. We decided to just take on this guy's case, even though we don't know... I think it's a little silly, because, like, we don't know anything about the case. Or about the guy. But, apparently he didn't do it, but he's saying he did. So we'll see. Okay, sorry, I'm like eating snacks while I'm playing. But once I start voicing the characters, I'll stop smacking on them. Alright, let's get started. Today I'm going to be playing with controller so I can sit back a little bit. Yeah, let's take a look at the history here. Let's get this gig started. We've had enough of a warm-up act, yeah? Warm-up act, yeah? Time to hear from the witness. Who is Trucy? Oh, right, Phoenix Wright's daughter. Owaki sure is quiet all of a sudden. I'm a little uneasy myself. Is this guy? Okay, they're about to introduce the new witness. For those of you who have no context on what we're doing, we just started a playthrough. This is the third episode, third day we're playing. And is it this? Or is it you two? There we go. The VOD for the past 2, they're here on Twitch as well. But if you prefer watching long form video content over on YouTube, the VODs are also on YouTube, so go check that out. There will be spoilers. Obviously, it's a story-based game, and I'm playing through it, so if you don't want to get spoiled, don't watch. But we're in the second case of the first game, so we're not that far in. And also, the reason why it's been so easy for me to not play this game off stream is because I've been playing V-Link in all of my free time. So that certainly has helped. Okay. Let's get back into it. So, you will tell us your name and occupation. The accent is different from last time. It will take a little bit for me to find it. I like the under eye lines. What are those? Are those eyelashes? I like what's going on here. My name is Wesley Stickler. By... Oh god, this... He is talking too fast for me to read out loud. Okay, I'll wait for him to finish talking and then I'll read it out from the log. Hello, Tiao, how are you? Oh god, this guy, that went by so fast, I didn't have a chance to read that out loud. My name is Wesley Stickler. By occupation, I take it you refer to some labor that profits society at large and supports a livelihood, under which definition I must confess to being unemployed. However, we must acknowledge the meaning of identity, which is commonly attached to this notion of occupation, and once we've accepted this reality, we see that our confusion is not gestalt per se, but derives instead from the vagueness inherent in all representations of thought. By which he means to say that he is a student. Hello, Flart, how are you? How are you guys doing today? Good to see you around again. A junior at Ivy University, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, in the Department of Science and Engineering. Filled with curiosity for all things, I spend my days in pursuit of truth, honing my Herr Stickler. Please direct said curiosity to the case at hand today. Very well. Very well, Mr. Stickler. You're only okay, how come? I guess okay is okay, that's pretty good. Please testify to the court about what you saw on the night of the crime. You ask, quite simplistically, what I saw. However, we must understand that Homo sapiens possess two eyes, each of these designed to receive and interpret data, sending images in the form of signals. I did pretty good. I kept up with how fast that one was going. A night in the park. That night, I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. Why did they make Clavier so hot and let us kiss him? He is... Oh, I mean, I liked his brother, Christoph. Clavier is pretty good too. I like Clavier more, but we haven't had much time with him yet, and his voice is a lot harder for me to do, so I'm a little biased against him. But I think he's objectively the hotter of the brothers. And also, spoilers, that apparently I'm not allowed to kiss him. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant. In his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Was there anyone else in the park at that time? I can say with 100% accuracy. Let me check my notes that no, there was not. The pistol our witness refers to is this. The court accepts this into evidence. Pistol added to the court records. Let's take a look at the court record. Ooh. Ooh. Does anyone know if they played the original trilogy, if these examine modes, you could also examine things in 3D, or is it just the remake? Whoa, don't point that thing at me!
Don't worry, I can handle myself around guns. Magic guns, at least. The ones that pigeons come out of.
Very reassuring. Is that it? I thought it was gonna be a clue! Thank you for that, Trucy and Apollo. Okay, I guess nothing else. Nothing else here so far. Weapon left at the crime scene. 2 rounds were fired. Fingerprints were wiped. Results from a checkup performed in June. Did we already read this? We did. Okay. Did we examine these yet? I don't think we examined these yet.
These bloomers sure have a distinct design.
You certainly know who they belong to at a glance.
That way, she doesn't have to write her name on them. Genius!
I would think writing your name would be easier than drawing a plum blossom. Okay, I guess it just confirms that these bloomers are little plums. And I think we examined the noodle stand. We haven't examined the... We have examined this for prints, but we haven't read this dialogue yet.
So, the defendant's prints are on this knife. That would mean he was here the night of the crime.
Why would he use a knife? Why would he use a knife and shoot a gun? Seems a little extra.
That's what I call irrefutable scientific evidence. Neat!
Not so neat when it happens to be evidence against our client. Do I have the autopsy report? Oh, there we go. Cause of death, single bullet to the right temple. Yeah, so why is the knife here? I never examined a lot of this evidence because I just kept like skipping past these. No quits here. Let's just quickly go through some of these.
Something the matter?
I was just wondering if there was like a switch on these.
Of course not!
Huh, mysterious.
Oh, do you want to know the secret of my panties?
No thanks. Who uses magic panties in a stage show anyway? Okay, you know what? We'll examine these when I get stumped and I don't know what to present. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. Yes, Your Honor. Trucy, why are you staring like that at the witness?
That man...
Oh my god.
I can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before.
He did it. He must have done it. This game music is really good. The original game was really good. The music in the Phoenix Wright trilogy. The original one, I forgot what the trilogy is called. But this one, I was really hoping that they would keep up the quality, and they certainly have.
Can't help but feel I've seen him somewhere before.
Have we seen him before? I don't think so, right? I feel like I would remember those lines under his eyes. Is his profile added yet? I guess we'll see. That night I passed through the park on my way home from shopping when I saw them. Is there something I can do on my dashboard then, Brad? Maybe I can do this after stream. On the way home from shopping, you say? Why go through the park? Ah, a fascinating inquiry. Revealing me culpable of being insufficiently verbose. Let us consider the time saved by passing through the park on the way home from the store. In that time, I am capable of solving 2 GMAT problem sets. On average, it requires me 3 minutes 24 seconds to complete such as ergo the time to complete 2 is on average 6 minutes 46 seconds. However, in the case that the questions are in the verbal category, admittedly not that's enough. Enough, I get the idea. Mr. Justice! The court hopes to finish cross-examination sometime this month. Please. I have a recording booked after this trial. And I've got a show to perform. Gee, sorry you're all so busy. Did you finish the noodle case? We have not. I think the last time I was live last week was the last time I streamed, so we are picking right off where we left. You haven't missed anything, actually. We just started. We heard the testimony for the first time. I know I'm going through it. But how's it going? Good to see you again. One man pulling a stand, another man facing him. Were these men talking by any chance?
Ah, now that you mention it, they were, though I cannot claim I heard them clearly. Only fragments such as "you lied to me," oh, and "I'm gonna give you a taste of your own medicine, pal."
It's just as our defendant claims. I believe he wished to teach the victim what it felt like to take a bullet in the heart. Oh, episode 3 is just my 3rd time streaming the game. If that's true, then this is a vital piece of testimony. We can change it to part 3. Part 1, 2, 3, 4 in the future. Sounds like he heard them clearly enough to me.
Might I be allowed to amend my testimony?
What now?
To be precise, he did not say pal, but man. Yes, that was the way of it. I swear it on my diploma.
What's the difference? And this other man? Who was he?
I saw them quite clearly. The man facing the victim was the defendant.
How can you be so sure it was the defendant? The crime took place at night. It would have been too dark.
Oh, yes, let me check my notes. Perhaps I was remiss in not mentioning this earlier.
Huh?
You see, in class, I always sit in the very backmost seat. Do you know why? Because my eyes are so beautiful. He's got such beautiful lashes.
Who cares?
Because I do not wish anyone to copy my perfect notes.
And this relates to your testimony how? I like the stickler guy. He's so funny.
I mention this to illustrate my predisposition to that which is perfect. It was dark, you say, yet there are lights in the park. If I say the defendant was in the park that night, then he was in the park that night. It is a hard, immutable fact. He sure is confident.
He seems to be telling the truth, too. I'm excited to use my, body language noticing powers at some point in this trial.
In his hand, he held, yes, a pistol that was pointed at the man pulling the stand.
Are you sure the pistol you saw is the same as the one just submitted as evidence?
Am I sure? Surely you jest! Or so a common witness would be tempted to say.
Huh?
Yet I am no common witness. I see not only events as they are, but the logical structure governing these events. First, we must consider the fact that it was night in the park, which indeed indeed insufficient illumination. Now consider that the pistol, let us call it Object A, was indeed shrouded in darkness. It becomes difficult to say which there's indeed that Object A was indeed Object A. I think he means he couldn't see it that clearly.
A badge for a normal witness.
The fact that a pistol was fired before my eyes is indisputable. I can still see it when I close my eyes. The defendant raised his weapon. A shot! The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. He seems pretty confident in his testimony. We always make the biggest mistakes when we're most confident. He's got a weak point somewhere, Apollo. Find it!
Okay, so what I'm thinking here is that we heard the... Actually, I don't know if I pressed all of them. The gun was fired twice, but he's saying he only heard one shot. Or, let me see. I guess it doesn't really contradict that. Alright, let me save and we'll try that. Save. The gunshot
the gun was fired twice, according to the evidence. 2 rounds were fired. A shot, the bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, square in the forehead. Are you absolutely certain only one shot? Oh, there we go. Are you absolutely certain only one shot was fired? Yes, of course it was one shot. Why do you ask? Aha! The contradiction! Finally. Oh wait, he's just saying it for me. I didn't even have to present it. Okay. Mr. Stickler, according to the court record, the pistol was fired twice. A clear contradiction. Good eyes, Herr Justice. You're cool. Real cool. You really think so? Yet, there's no reason why this other shot had to have been fired that night. Oh my god, he's right! Meaning? This pistol came from the Kitaki family mentioned, yeah? I think it's not unreasonable to assume the pistol had been fired once before that night. During, perhaps, another altercation? Ah, he's got a good point. Judging from his smug expression, I'd say Prosecutor Gavin had that answer ready before you even spotted the problem. Man, I thought I got it. What would have happened if I presented it? Would it have deducted my health, or would it just say the same thing? I guess it's not a contradiction. It would have deducted health. Okay, let me take a look. So maybe it's like, why was the knife there? Oh, maybe it's... This is a bit of a stretch. The bullet hit the man pulling the stand from the front, but the guy was shot like sideways to the temple. I don't know if that's different enough. Some things have more than one prompt. Like I can challenge it with more than one thing. Okay, let's save. I guess I'll try that, because the only other thing I could think of was that the gun was shot twice. But I guess Clavier is technically correct that it could have been shot completely unrelated. Okay, we will try presenting this. Here's my thought. The forehead is not the same place as the temple. They're very close, but I feel like maybe they're saying the temple, they were shot like from the side maybe, whereas this man was apparently shot from the front. Hey TJ, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Alright, let's present this. I've saved. If it's wrong, you will reload. Alright, the music stopped. I can't believe that was right. I really thought I had it with the 2 shots thing. I really thought that was going to be it. Okay. That's fine. I guess this is technically a contradiction. Phew. If that's all of it, I think I have a chance. I feel like also, that's like a very minor distinction. Oh well, whatever. Is that you? Relaxing, I see, Herr Justice. Huh? Oh, objection! Once is quite enough, Mr. Justice. Oh, this is the right one.
Apollo, pace yourself. This trial's not over yet.
Are there any cross-examinations where 2 different pieces of evidence can be presented and they're like both correct? Is that ever possible? Because if I didn't, I guess I should press first. But if I didn't press and I just straight up presented the gunshot as evidence, would I have just been wrong? Because he's like, I heard a shot, but there were 2 shots. Oh well, whatever. Okay. Right. Look at this. The autopsy report? Is there a problem with the autopsy report? Right, a problem. Yes! The problem is the location of the entry wound. The location? You testify that the killer shot the victim square in the forehead, did you not? I have already determined your angle of inquiry. Allow me to explain. It is quite simple, really. First, understand that when I say square, I speak not of geometrical absolute. What I mean by this, for example, the deflection of a meter is 1 point the wavelength of the light emitted by a krypton particle, as we all know. In addition, it is a well-known fact that krypton particles are rare and invisible to the naked eye, which points to the basic fallacy in your line of reasoning, namely that... Mr. Justice! Yes? Was your objection to these, krypton particle things? This is a big time, and you are obsessed with something so small. You disappoint me. No. I'm obsessed with something big. I mean, there's a bigger, less nitpicky problem here. Do tell. Just look... wrong voice. Just look at the autopsy report. The location of the entry wound was... the right temple. I'm sorry, I couldn't help but laugh. I'm so immature. Temple? Mr. Stickler, you said quite clearly that the victim was shot square in the forehead. That's a contradiction, isn't it? Now they update the autopsy report. After 10 p.m. It is, right? Finally. Air Justice. Oh, Air Justice. Yes? Your tactics are outdated, trying to shake the witness by objecting to trifles. Surely you haven't forgotten the fatal wound your master suffered 7 years ago. Phoenix Wright, was it? Look, I know the wound was in the wrong place according to this testimony. Yerk! Oh my god, his eyes! Look at his face! This guy Muse, look at that chiseled jawline, those cheekbones. This guy Muse every day in class while he's sitting. That's why he sits at the back of the classroom, so people don't see him doing this. Hey, forehead. Forehead? Let us imagine you are walking through the park. You see two men facing each other, one with a pistol trained on the other. What would you do, Herr Forehead? That's not my name, don't respond to him. Well, I guess I would try to stop them. I'd probably shout, "Stop!" And you, Fraulein?
Me? Well, I'd probably scream, "Eek!"
And you, Herr Stickler? What did you shout, I wonder? If the victim turned his head at the last moment... Oh. Hello, Guilty. Thank you for letting you redeem, even though I have a feeling, I have an inkling you're not new to the chat. Yes. Thank you. Oh, yes, thank you for jogging my memory. Call me Rico? Call me Rico. Thank you for the follow, and welcome to the wolf pack. Woo. Yes, thank you for jogging my memory. It sounds like an addendum to the testimony is required. Woo. Can I get a... Is Freya Wu a sub emote or a follow emote? Can't tell. A night in the park too. Okay, I guess he's gonna say something else, and then that's what we're going to press on. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two! I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice, and a shot rang out. Wait a minute. The picture, he was standing so that the cart guy was to his left, right? I kind of skipped past it kind of fast. And so if the guy turned to look at him, that would have been his left temple, right? Am I right? I skipped past it too fast, so I didn't notice if I got the sides wrong. But I'm right. All right. Look at me. Give me my law license right now. Whereupon our cowardly killer, the defendant, appeared to have become frightened. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. I see. So you attempted to stop the crime. Indeed. With composure.
Well, maybe the criminal wouldn't have fired if he hadn't shouted like that.
That doesn't really matter now, unfortunately. Let us consider this new testimony, shall we? Hello, Fiddlesticks. Have a wonderful night to you, too. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Observe the diagram, if you would. The witness, Mr. Stickler, was it? Stood here. Yeah, there we go. Wait, what? Wait, no, the victim. If this is the guy, that wasn't the picture that they. No, I feel like the picture was flipped. If this is Wesley. If he looked towards him, this would be the right temple. What? That was just... I feel like it was not like that in the picture unless I just saw the picture wrong. If only... Okay. He shouted, "Oh, stop, please," or something of this nature. And the victim responded by looking in the witness's direction. If the killer were to have fired at just that moment... That is the right temple. As we can see, the bullet would have struck the right temple. As in the report. The report said right temple, yeah. Maybe I just didn't see it right then. Huh. Okay. But, okay, that's fine. Whatever. We can... Whatever. No way. Maybe I just saw the picture. That doesn't seem to be the case. Witness the power of a junior in Ivy University's Department of Science. Very well, Mr. Justice. You may cross-examine the witness. A Night in the Park 2. As soon as the killer raised his pistol, I took action. Cease this at once, you two, I cried with composure. The victim turned in the direction of my voice and shot right out, whereupon our cowardly killer... Wait. The fingerprints on the gun were wiped. And so if he ran away... Saving, because I'm not sure. If he ran away, the fingerprints would not have been wiped. Let's see if that is what is going on here. Okay. Present. Music stopped. I really thought I had it again. Wait a second. Another misleading request. Yet you're so beholden to your own mode of discourse, you can't see how it affects you. Come again? Wait a second, do you say? A second? Are we intended to wait just at a single second, 1/60th of a minute? That's hardly enough time to draw a breath, let alone make a statement in court. Now, had you asked for a longer period of time, say 3 minutes, 35 seconds, Mr. Justice. Yes, Your Honor. Am I to understand you are objecting to the length of a second? Yes. I mean, no. Here, just look at the pistol. It doesn't have a single fingerprint on it. Actually, it was wiped. It's not that there was no fingerprints. It was wiped specifically, is what it said. Common ploy, made all the more common, I fear, by the prevalence of television. Criminals these days are loath to leave fingerprints. Wait, but you said the killer tossed the gun and ran. That's right. He didn't have time to wipe the gun for prints. What if he was wearing gloves? Does he wear gloves? Nah. There's a little girl sticking it to the university student. There's a song in there. I'm not little! Then, let's think like adults, shall we, Fraulein? Eh? What if the killer, the defendant, was wearing gloves? That's what I said. Gotta admit, I didn't think of that, Apollo. Well, Mr. Justice? Could the killer have been wearing gloves? No, he couldn't have. He left fingerprints on the knife. No way. I forgot. I completely forgot about that until now. Until the no way option showed up. The record of the murder weapon is very clear about one thing. The fingerprints were wiped, which means some traces of prints remain. That's not what I was going to go with. I was going to go with the fact that the knife was there. Never mind. Which contradicts your testimony. If everything happened as you said it would, he wouldn't have time to wipe the pistol. Okay, that's my bad. I thought it was gonna be the knife. I guess the fingerprints on the knife could be there from before the crime. It could be old, just like the first shot that was fired. That may be, but it does not change what I saw. The killer, the defendant, he threw down the murderous weapon from his hand and fled. Oh my god, look at his face. And this pistol was found at the scene of the crime, strongly suggesting that this was the weapon he disposed of. That sounds solid to me. Well, Herr Forehead, any of your precious objections? What gives, Apollo? Let's see that voice train and go to work. You know, I've only recently realized something. No matter how much you train your voice, it doesn't matter if you have nothing to say. What do you mean, nothing to say? Isn't it obvious from what the witness just said? Huh? Isn't what obvious? When he restated what he saw just now, he said he saw Walkie drop a murderous weapon. But that's not the same as being 100% sure of what Walkie threw away. You're right. He's just confused because a pistol was found at the scene. Poor Mr. Stickler. It must be hard to be so perfect, and yet so wrong. Get his ass! Get his ass! Well, it can be said that I'm quite offended. While it is indeed true that once in my youth I wrote a love letter in my own blood that was seized by the teacher and posted on the blackboard for all to see, and for this the appellation poor might well be prefixed to my name, yet as for the issue as the... Yet what we can say for certain is that the witness saw the killer throw something. Does the defense have anything to say about this? Well, if what he threw wasn't a pistol, it had to be something else. Maybe something that has his fingerprints on it. At least one person on the defense team seems to be sinking. I'll wipe that smile off your pretty face, Gavin. Perhaps you can inform the court as to the nature of this something else. What did the killer throw away before fleeing the scene? I didn't get to save before this, but I'm gonna go with the knife. Is that a sword? I saw one of those on the late night movie last night. Great, a sleep-deprived judge. This knife was found at the scene of the crime with the defendant's prints on it. His prints! This single piece of evidence proves two important things. One, that what the defendant threw down wasn't a pistol. Two, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Hold on, let me check. I think I ordered takeout today for dinner. It might have just gotten here. All right, my food got here. I was just ahead of him. Yeah, I'm just playing like 7 steps ahead in chess. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to go and grab my food real quick. I guess while I do that, I can run an ad. I'm not really used to running ads on the channel because from when I used to stream a lot of ASMR, I never learned how that worked. But that is something I can do now. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab my food and then we will keep going while I eat. Hello, I'm back. My food indeed is here. I am going to eat while we play, which is a little bit difficult, granted, for a game that I'm voicing everything for, but we'll take bites while we eat. Hello, Joe. How is it going? 2, that the defendant wasn't wearing gloves. Indeed. Oh, Herr Forehead. You're forgetting 2 other things you've just proven. What? Huh? 1, that the man the witness saw was the defendant, Mr. Waki-Kitaki. 2, that the defendant was holding a knife with the intent of harming the victim. Oh. Indeed. I've underestimated Gavin as the lesson here. This court is of the opinion that our witness is fond of making assumptions. In that light, I believe it would behoove us to hear about what really occurred. With less assuming, please. Oh yes, of course. Apologies. It is always the same with you people. Mark left the house on foot and 5 minutes later his brother left after him. How long would it take for Mark's brother to catch up to him? Assuming that Mark never had to stop for a traffic light. Assuming. Yes, that's what I said, assuming. As if that were a probable situation at all. Yet here you are, assuming that my assumption is no better.
What this court assumes is that the witness will testify as to what happened after the shot was fired.
Do people, like... Is perjury ever a problem? Like, these people are straight up lying. I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police. Until the police arrived at the scene, 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. I mean, I don't have a law degree, but I feel like they shouldn't get this many chances.
Alright, for me and Taco.
Why didn't you chase the killer? He was, as you say, a killer. Of course, I could have run him down, yet what would he do? What would he have done when cornered? Sadly, it takes more than an aptitude for solving quadratic equations to know that. Did the testimony earlier not prove the defendant's presence at the scene? And do we not also know that there was no one else there? It seems clear that we have our killer. Does it not?
Does it not, Mr. Justice?
It does not. No, my guy's not guilty. Better find a way to take down his testimony quick. Okay. Cannot prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Wait. Did they resolve what happened with the... Did they not, like, clarify, like, what happened then? There's no way he could have used a gun? Because I did prove that, right? Or whatever. Which way did the killer run? By that time, it was clear the killer had noticed me. Naturally, he ran in the opposite direction. That would mean he ran in the opposite direction from the Kitaki mansion. Ach, Tom, don't even think about pointing that he was going away from his home. All he had to do was loop back once he was out of sight. Ugh, how did he know that's where I was going? I don't know what to say when they do like ... Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience. You were certainly composed for someone who had just witnessed a killing. If one is to devote one's life to the pursuit of science, one must never flinch at the sight of a little blood. Not be so moved by a chemical discovery that one drops one's flasks upon the lab room floor. Ooh, cool answer. Very cool. Perjury usually makes a witness unreliable, which can subject them to arrest. It usually leads to arguments that can have their entire testimony stripped from the record.
That's what I thought. These people just get to lie off their asses.
Nothing strange about how he acted. Trucy looks like she has something to say. What is it? Tell me. Ergo, I use my cell phone to call the police. Could this be his cell phone? Press. Wasn't your first thought to call an ambulance? That's true. It can be said that I've dabbled in medicine. The injury I witnessed, namely a single shot to the head, tends to result in death. Ergo, there was no need for me to call an ambulance. Oh, a perfect syllogism, a proof in 3 parts. Exquisite. Simply exquisite. He actually looks like he's going to cry. This guy... I feel like people I went to school with are like this guy. Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else. Press. Can you tell us in detail about these 10 minutes? I stood in a state of heightened awareness. Anything could happen at any moment. Anyone could appear from any direction. Is that all? He just stood there for 10 minutes. No one came. Nothing happened at all. I saw it all, which is to say, I saw nothing.
It was late at night. It's not odd to think there would be few people around in the park.
So he just stood there watching?
Not much to go on there.
Trucy, if you've got something to say, by all means.
Oh, Trucy, if you've got something to say, by all means, say it.
I can't find a single problem with that testimony.
I had enough at last, forehead. Why has he started calling me that? My forehead's not even that big. Is it? Oh no, I didn't save here.
Okay. What did he say? Let me go over what he said.
Can you tell us in detail these 10 minutes? I said in... we'll go over the whole thing before I decide yes or no. Sometimes you're supposed to back off and sometimes you're supposed to keep going.
I kind of want to back off
because Apollo was like, oh, his thing is like flawless. Usually they're like, there's got to be something there if there's something there. But we'll see. So, could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene, which would make the killer run. Opposite direction, nothing wrong with that, right? Okay, simply leave the scene to conscience or composed. Okay. If my cell phone to call the police. Do I have anything about how the police are notified? No, I haven't spoken to the police yet. So I can't verify that if it's true or not. Looking for someone calling an ambulance. Okay. Until the police arrived, nobody else. He just stood there for 10 minutes. Is that true? We didn't see footprints of any other people. Okay. I'm comfortable with backing off. Hopefully this is the right choice because I haven't saved in a while. There's nothing fishy about that testimony at all. I mean, it's a little fishy that he stood there for 10 minutes. I just don't have anything to prove otherwise. The music didn't change, so I worry I didn't choose the right one. It appears there are no objections to the witness's current testimony. There are any number of ways to explain the lack of prints on the pistol, I assure you. Perhaps the killer really was wearing gloves which wipes the previous user's prints off. Then, after the deed was done, this fell out of his pocket as he was throwing the gun away. Mistake befitting of a small-time punk, in my opinion. Oh, no! Looks like a Dr. Seuss character, like when he does that. A Grinch. Wait, did I just lose the trial? Was I supposed to say yes? Come to the end of the line here. There's no way they would add a mechanic in the first trial that just saying one wrong thing ends a trial and doesn't just, like, take health from you. No, that can't be all. How unfortunate. It seems that you weren't cut out to stand on the same stage as me. Where are you, hair forehead? I believe this brings the cross-examination to a close. This court will now declare a verdict for the defendant, Waki Kitaki. Hold it! I don't know who said that. What? Trucy? Wait, what? Why can't I see this guy? We're literally in like a brightly lit room. Is he wearing like all black and a black mask? Oh, gee, I don't know what voice to do for this. Nobody move. What's the meaning of this? Who are you? There'll be no verdict in this court. Not yet. Ooh, wait. Are you one of the Kitakis? The Kitakis? You mean the notorious gangsters? If you don't want to see me give the pretty little girl a new smile, do as I say. Adjourn the court for 20 minutes. What? What? This has gotta be illegal. This court will not bow to pressure from the likes of... Judge. I see little point in further. I see little point in further aggravating this gentleman. Recess? 20 minutes, or I promise you, you'll regret it. Holy shit, he just took her? Are you not trying to stop her or anything? I guess he has her at knife point.
Come to the defendant's lobby, Apollo!
Is this just one of her magic tricks, like a show thing she did? There's no... What the hell? How did this guy get in here and get to the bench without anyone noticing?
I suppose I have no choice but to adjourn for a 20-minute recess. Bailiff, catch that mysterious man.
Hi, Leishan. Hello, Butterblade. Welcome to the stream. How are y'all doing?
Okay, holy shit.
How's the suing going? I think I'm pretty good at this. I got pointed out a lot of things. A few things that were wrong, but a few things that I got ahead of time before the game even went there. Some kind of a huge genius is what I'd like to think. I'm also eating dinner right now while we play, so apologize if I'm talking with my mouth full. It's rude, but you can't see me. June 16th, 11:17 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Trucy? Trucy? You move quick, Apollo. Good show. Good show. I called it. It's gotta be one of her magic tricks. Trucy, you're okay. I thought... Oh.
Don't cry, Apollo.
Those good-for-nothing gangsters. There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges. I'm suing people. I'm a lawyer.
Wait, just calm down, Apollo. Or else...
What she's done has to be illegal. There's no way the court is going to let us get away with this. Alright, sorry, I only covered murder cases. What the heck is that? She's also, by the way, so cute with her hat off. I just want to point out her hairstyle is adorable. I love Trucy Wright, and I will defend her to the end of the world. What the heck is that?
Surprised? This is one of my best tricks. The amazing Mr. Hat.
You look marvelous, darling.
He's a big hit on stage at the Wonder Bar.
Yes, I am a big hit. Ha ha ha.
She's a ventriloquist too. She's so talented. Well,
What do you think? Do you like it?
You mean you? Trucy! There are some things you just don't do. I'm pressing charges! Apollo?
Now is not the time to be threatening me. It's you who's being threatened here.
Huh?
Remember what you said to Waki's father yesterday? You promised you'd save his son.
But that testimony was rock solid. What are you suggesting I do?
Look, once the judge declares a verdict, it's all over. If I can use my talent to stop that from happening, I will.
Very broad definition for talent. Trucy, no more stage abductions. Please.
I'm not talking about magic, Apollo. I know when the witness isn't confident. I can perceive what he's feeling. It might not mean anything, but it's all we've got.
You can see what he's feeling. A few more stage abductions. I will allow you a 3-strike policy on stage abductions in the courtroom, Trucy.
Think back, Apollo.
Oh my god. I haven't been paying attention.
Think back to the times when there was a contradiction in his testimony.
All the times. I forgot about this mechanic. Okay, should I just say I don't remember? Like, just be honest here? Because if I say I remember... I'll just say I don't remember because I don't remember. In case, if I say remember, they're like... Okay, great, let's go back in. Oh my god, Crush, thank you so much for 25 months of Prime Gaming. I really appreciate it. Actually, I don't remember them exactly.
Good thing I do. There were 2 times when he made statements that he wasn't confident in. And each time there was a contradiction. In his hand he held...
Oh, in his hand he held, yes, a pistol. It was pointed at the man pulling the stand. Tossing the pistol aside, he fled from the scene. He said the man tossed aside a pistol, but it turned out he wasn't sure. Sure enough, there was a contradiction. Well, that's true, but how does that help us? How's it going, Crush? How are you? I guess, yeah, you're right. Brad was the worst that could happen. But also, I think this was the right thing to do because I literally don't remember, and now she's helping me go through it. And maybe if I had said I'd remember, she'd be like, "Go get him, champ!
Go get him, champ!" Didn't you notice anything? Whenever he made a statement he wasn't confident in, he displayed a certain habit.
What did he do? He looked at us and blinked? Or is it going through his book? I can't remember. I feel like he was going through his book a lot. Did you see it? Oh my god, it's so precise. The very moment he said the word pistol.
His fingers got all tense and he fiddled with the corner of a page in his book.
How am I supposed to see that? That's what I'm saying, Apollo. Hello, Milky Way for you, yes or no? I'll go with yes. With no context. Hello, hello. Hercules. Hello, J. Coast as well. Welcome back. Wrong, it's or. Well, I think I chose the right answer. So, I've been here. I've been gone for a very long time. But I've been streaming this game a little bit in the past week or so. Thank you for the follow, Milky Way, as well. Welcome to the Wolf Pack. I'm eating... So, I got some, like Japanese, Mexican fusion place. I have, like, fries as well. I'm, eating dinner while we play, which is a little inconvenient because I have to voice all of the characters, but we'll get by. Hello, Totori. Welcome to the stream. How are you? It's so good to see you. Hope your week has been going off to a good start. All right, how am I supposed to see that? I literally just said that as well.
Well, I could see it. How else do you think Daddy went 7 years without losing a game of poker?
What? Holy shit, she's like a genius body language expert.
I always sat next to Daddy during big matches.
Is that fair to have someone sit next to you while you're playing? Japanese, Mexican? Yeah, it's like they have like these, I didn't get this today, but they have these like chips that are like chips and salsa, but instead of salsa, it's like ceviche, but made of like tuna or stuff.
I could see what his opponents were feeling.
You sound like a little girl. Well, she would tell you that she's not little, but she's like 15 or something, which is pretty little. You mean that's how Mr. Right won all those games?
It's not cheating officially. I wasn't looking at their hands or anything.
And I wasn't there all the time either.
Daddy's quite good at poker after all, but not good enough to go undefeated that long.
Great, so he cheated. But what does that do for us? I don't believe this.
You have to listen to his testimony one more time. No, scratch that. You have to watch his testimony. Perceive the truth.
Watch a testimony? Perceive the truth? Oh shit, it's the intense music. The only thing I'm perceiving is that I'm going to lose.
Not true. Daddy said so. He said you have the power, Apollo.
Mr. Wright said that? Watch the testimony. Perceive his true feelings. Is she serious?
Time's up. Sorry, I can't think of any other way out of this one, Apollo.
What was that she said before the trial started? Huh. Mr. Wright's not here today.
He said his old foot injury was acting up. Yes, he smiled when he said, we'd be fine, as long as you're there, Trucy.
Is this what he meant by us being fine? Well, methods aside, she did avoid one guilty verdict already today by doing something illegal, yes. Time to show this court what I'm made of. Get ready for justice. Let's do it.
Apollo.
You know, I'm starting to think I can do this.
I knew you could do it all along. Oh, one more thing.
The animation.
Try to cover for Mr. Hat as best you can.
I just flew in from the coast and boy, are my arms tired. Right. June 16th, 11:40 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 4. Court is now back in session. Right, we're fine. I'd like to say to the young lady sitting next to you, Mr. Justice.
Oh, you mean me?
Don't you have anything to report? Anything concerning the mysterious phantom in the silk top hat? Ah, right, him. Don't worry about him. I settled that. I did not speak a lie. You settled that? Yes, it was an out-of-court settlement. Right.
Perhaps Fraulein would have us believe it was nothing more than a passing dream. A fantastic illusion, now you see it. Now you don't, am I right?
I think he's on to me.
I wish you would stop being so cool. No, keep it up. I like how cool he is.
Let us dispense with these niceties and get straight to the matter. What are your plans for our gifted witness?
Who is Clavier? He's the brother of Christoph from the first, like, my mentor from the first case. And he's like a cool rock star. Also a prosecutor.
Right. The defense would like to request another cross-examination.
Because I forgot to ask something.
There was no issue with the witness's previous testimony, and will grant your request. However, this court will not permit stalling for time.
Save. Okay, this is a time-sensitive segment. Understood, Your Honor.
Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
My eyes are locked in on those fingers. Shout to call.
I could not prevent the killer from leaving the scene. Nor could I simply leave the scene in good conscience.
Is that fiddling? Or is it something else?
Ergo, I used my cell phone to call the police.
Okay, I think it's just the whole act of, like, flipping the book. I thought it was maybe just like a twitch or something on his fingers, but I think if he flips the book at all.
Until the police arrived at the scene 10 minutes later, I saw no one else.
I'm not sure I'm qualified to watch testimonies after all.
Focus, Apollo. Find a sweet spot.
Okay. Focus if only without Yuji. We found it. My ears hear what he says. My eyes see expression. Do we have to do something more? What other sentences do I have? What's this? My bracelet? I have a magic bracelet. What's going on?
My bracelet feels
different somehow.
I think Daddy was right. You can see it, can't you, Apollo? You're almost there. Find the weak spot in his testimony.
The slowed down music here kind of bangs. I know this sounds crazy. My bracelet is trying to tell me something. My dude Apollo has lost his mind. Okay. What do I do here? Do I press? Oh, this is different. Okay. So, you called immediately after witnessing the murder.
The police undoubtedly have a record of the call. Why not check with them? Wait, Apollo! This has to be it.
Wait, you mean his habit?
Don't forget, Apollo. When he isn't sure about something, he has a habit of fiddling with his book.
The only time he even had the book open was here. Which means this is the place to look for this habit. I don't know how I know, but I know.
Know what?
It's my bracelet. It's different, somehow. I can feel it reacting to something about the witness.
Your bracelet?
I'm not sure I get this focus stuff you were talking about, Trucy. But I have a feeling that trusting my bracelet is the right way to go. Oh, is the way to go. Is the Trucy right way to go. Okay. I just gonna touch my bracelet with Y as it reacts to the testimony. Alright. Perceive. What's going on?
I can see the witness's face, his expression so clearly. I've activated my Sharingan and it's filling my mind. I can see nothing else. Hear nothing else.
Apollo?
Juicy, what's happening to me?
This is what I meant by focusing.
This is what happens when you focus IRL. This is what happens to your mind. Focusing.
In this state, you can see everything. Oh, in this state, you can see everything, Apollo. Everything the witness does.
That's great, but this is kind of freaking me out.
Just look for Mr. Stickler's twitch. His habit. You remember it, right?
Sure. When he says something he's not sure of, he fiddles with a page of his book.
You got it. Right now, you're looking at the witness's face. And your eyes are sort of bugging out.
I'll bet they are.
First, move your focus of attention down to Mr. Stickler's hand.
His hand? His Twitch? His, Twitch TTV?
You know what to look for now. You know what to look for now, but you have to be looking at the right place.
She's right. I can only see his face like this. My vision is turning red. I'm being filled with bloodlust. Time to try changing my viewpoint. Wow. There it is.
Perfect! Now you're really ready.
Ready for what?
Ready to perceive the truth behind the twitch.
Perceive?
Try listening to the witness talk as you focus. Then watch for his habit.
Right. You mean when he fiddles with the page. That's right. That's your signal to look closer. To perceive with Y button.
Find his weak spot and I guarantee you'll be able to give him the royal flush.
Spoken like a true pokerhead's daughter.
I'm a magician, thank you very much.
So I have to pay attention to his words and his fingers. Oh, this is gonna be really hard while I'm reading things. Okay. I don't know how precise the timing is. I can't save here.
Don't worry, if you miss it, you can always try again.
Right. Look out, nervous twitch. Here comes justice. Ergo. He's doing it here.
Gotcha!
Actually, it wasn't your cell phone. I saw it just now. I could see it.
Mr. Justice, do you have something to say?
All this banging of desks, it's quite bad for my circulation, you know. Mr. Stickler, allow me to ask you a simple question. Why did you fiddle with the page of your book just now? The very moment you mentioned your cell phone? What are you talking about? I'm curious now about this cell phone of yours. Mind if I ask a few questions? There's no way this would be allowed in a court of law. So okay. Here's what I think. I think that the phone that we have in our record, or like that we picked up off the ground, is likely his phone. And so he like doesn't have his phone anymore. So I'm gonna ask to see his phone. And then he'll be like, oh, I don't have it. And then we'll be like, is this your phone? Is this your card? Ask to see his phone. Mr. Stickler, please show me your cell phone. Why? Whatever for? Show me and you'll find out. Well, I can't. I don't have it, you see. You don't have it? Mr. Stickler.
Is this your cell phone? Yeah. Where did you get that? Guys, I called it. I called it.
That's the phone from yesterday.
Look, a cell phone. So this shows that he was in the garage at the Maractus clinic.
Someone dropped it beneath his tire. If the car moved, it would be crushed for sure.
I wonder if it belongs to the doctor here. How strange, Mr. Stickler. Can you explain why your cell phone is sitting here in my hand at this very moment? Wait a minute. What is the meaning of this? This cell phone was found yesterday in the Maractus Clinic garage. The Maractus? Why? That's where the victim lived. Wait, hold on. When did the murder occur? After 10 p.m. When did... We know that the car... So we know that because it was under the car, and Trucy's like, if the car moved, it would have crushed it. I think that's like to say like... That's basically to say that the car had not moved. Like after the phone was dropped, right? And so I'm trying to remember if we have any record of when the car returned. Which we might not. I don't think we do. Okay. Maybe we don't. Maybe that we don't. It would have to be after hitting Phoenix. Yeah, after hitting Phoenix. But I don't know, like, when Phoenix was hit. Or specifically, especially if it's before the crime occurred, then we can show there's no way he could have used it. But yeah, we'll see. Okay. I heard that's impossible. Because if we can prove that maybe it was dropped before... anytime before 10, then it's impossible for him to have had his cell phone during the actual case. Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court, didn't you? Your cell phone is here. How could you have called the police? Well... It's true, I didn't have my cell phone that night. That's why it can be said that I called the police from a public payphone. Payphone? Show you a payphone! Sure you didn't call on your cell phone after all. Just where was this payphone located, Mr. Stickler? Well, 2 indicated with a startling high degree of accuracy. It was right around here, and so ha! You left the park! That's quite a ways from the park. But why did you lie? There can be only one reason. He didn't want the court to know he had lost his cell phone, because it was found in the victim's garage. Oh, what are you saying? Mr. Stickler, you broke into the Maractus Clinic garage on the night of the murder. Oh my god, my cats are fighting. Can you hear them? This cell phone tells all. Hello, you. Welcome to the stream. Oh my god. They're outside the door. They do this a lot. It sounds a lot worse than it is. But that's ridiculous. That makes it sound like
Like I snuck into this fellow's garage to commit some crime. As though I were trying to kill him.
Well, Dr. Maractus was killed that night.
Oh, well, yes. But no, this line of reasoning has to be against the rules. Yes, it's true. I lost my cell phone, but you can't prove that I lost it that night.
Well, Mr. Justice, that cell phone was dropped the night of the murder. It does raise considerable suspicions as to a connection with the crime.
Now's your chance.
I guess we can prove that it was dropped that night.
Now's your chance, Apollo. Connect Mr. Stigler to the crime.
So the cell phone must have been dropped after the car returned. And we know that car was out and about that night. Wait. Oh, he's already connected to no. I just have to prove it. Well, we have a piece of evidence that can do the job. They prove the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder. But here's the thing. First, they have to just believe us that the car, that we found the thing where it was, like between the tires. Because if they don't believe us that it was between the tires when we found it, then this whole point doesn't matter. But we'll give it a go. So, I guess I don't like... I guess like even if he... The fact that he dropped the thing there at all was pretty suspicious. I thought I would have to prove that he didn't have his phone at the time of the murder by proving that it had to have been dropped before 10 p.m., which is when the murder took place. But I guess he already admitted that he didn't have his phone. But he's saying he lost it earlier, so I have to prove that it was dropped at least before the murder, which I can... sorry, the same night of the murder, which I can prove. Alright, of course I have evidence. Ooh, I like your swagger, Air Forehead. Hit it.
The court will see this evidence, Mr. Justice. Hit it, as they say.
The evidence that proves the cell phone was dropped on the night of the murder is... Okay, so maybe it's this, or maybe it's the map. Basically, it's Mr. Wright's testimony that he was hit by... It's a testimony that he was hit by a car. And we can show... We need to show that that's the car in question in the Marcus Clinic, so I guess it's the mirror. That's a side view mirror? As it so happens, Dr. Marcus's car was in an accident that took place the night of the murder. An accident? An accident. It happened just a little after 9 p.m., just outside People Park, on a murder scene. Dr. Maractus's car hit a pedestrian. What are you trying to say? In the absence of a mirror, it's clear that the car was parked after the accident, which means it was parked there after 9 p.m. on the night of the murder. If your cell phone had been dropped before the car was parked in that garage, then it would have been crushed. My source for the fact that it would have been crushed is Trust Me, homie. I found it between the tires. After all, it was lying on the ground, right under the wheel. Holy shit, this guy reads so fast. Ergo, Mr. Stickler, the only time you could have dropped this in that garage was after 9 p.m., the night of the murder in the park. Oh my god, he's even got his graduate hood on. Mr. Stickler, you know what this means. You did break into the victim's garage that night. This is most unexpected.
Mr. Justice, are you naming the witness as a suspect in the murder of Palmer Actus?
No! No, stop! This is too much. This can't be happening. Prosecutor, say something. I suppose it is worth saying this. No connection has been found between Wesley Stickler and Palmer Actus. That is, other than this.
I believe our next testimony will be most revelatory. Is the witness prepared?
He did get his ass. What is he going to say now? Like, what reasoning could he possibly have?
Alright. Yes, Your Honor.
I know that face. That's the face of guilt. Your Honor, his eyes are squiggly. He must be lying. Hi, Beaker. Great to see you again. It's great to see you as well. Have a good night. Hope you get lots of rest for your early morning tomorrow. And thank you for the lurk. Alright. That night, yes, I went to the supermarket. I must have dropped my cell phone on the way back. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to witness the crime scene. Wait, so how is he explaining the fact that his phone ended up in the witness's garage if he's saying he dropped his phone? Saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all clear as day. It was him! I saw the defendant at the scene! So, how is he going to explain the fact that... Okay,
yes, but your cell phone was lying in a garage.
Hello, TK, how's it going?
Yes, well, as you can see, my model of cell phone has a defect. It is given to rolling. It's quite a pain when I drop it alongside the road, you know.
Looks like a normal cell phone to me. In any case, Mr. Justice, the cross-examination. Please.
Are we just going, glossing over the fact that he broke into the witness's garage the night the witness got murdered? Alright. That's funny. My bracelet didn't react at all during that testimony. He's telling the truth.
His nervous habit must not be acting up. I didn't sense anything either, actually. Looks like you're on your own this time around.
Right. No problem, I hope. Here comes justice! Right, yes, I went to the supermarket. Oh, let's go and press. So.
Hello, Carl. What's the bracelet? Yeah. What Wolfler said, we can see when people are lying. They have a tell sometimes. And when that happens, the bracelet will glow and then we can lock in to try to figure out where they're lying. I have tacos. Tacos and some fries.
So, you went shopping, which means you were holding a grocery bag when you witnessed the murder taking place?
Well, yes, of course.
Incidentally, the prosecution has received no report of this domestic detail.
Mr. Stickler, can you explain yourself?
No. I mean, yes, I did go shopping, really. I walked around the supermarket trying out the free samples. It's a deeply spiritual time for me.
I'm sure the store clerks would disagree.
Were they good? They were good, but I've had them sitting here for a while now and they're cold and they're not that good anymore.
You think sampling free food counts as religion?
In any case, that night, I sampled to my heart's content and was on my way back home, yes. I must have dropped my cell phone on my way back. And when I was walking...
forgot to press the last statement.
Which entrance did you enter the park from? Well, to be exact, one might say that I went in from the entrance closest to the Maractus Clinic.
The same entrance our victim used.
Did you notice anything when you entered? Wheel marks from a noodle stand, for instance.
I have no recollection of such a thing, no. Yet, though I might have missed the tracks, I could not miss what happened next. I am a keen observer of the obvious, you might say.
Okay, I missed pressing... I missed pressing the second statement.
Hold it!
Hold it! That's when you passed in front of the Maractus Clinic.
Why, yes, that's correct.
That was a pretty suspicious pause there.
Mr. Stickler, do you think you could be a bit more specific? Please show us the exact route you took on the night of the murder. Of course. The supermarket is here along the main road. My way home from there takes me past the Maractus Clinic. This is probably where I dropped my phone. Yet woe is I walked on, unaware of my loss. And walked right into that fateful park. And when I was walking through the park, I happened to see the crime. I saw the killer, the victim, the stand, all as clear as day. As part of the testimony is the key.
I know it. Okay. Should I press him about the killer, the victim, or the noodle stand? Let's save. I guess we haven't talked about the noodle stand at all. Let me go take a look at it. Because we've talked about everything else a little bit already in this case. Where's the stand? Yeah. Okay, let's do the stand. And I saved if this is wrong.
Do you happen to remember the noodle stand?
Quite well, yes. For a student of the sciences, keen observation and healthy curiosity are vital. I remember everything. I could even read the sign. I believe it said... noodle.
Wait, hold on a second. Where is the diagram? Where is the diagram of the murder? Okay. Because... how do I draw in my stream? Okay, here's the thing, right? He said from the diagram of the murder, we saw the killer here, right? Can you see? Oh, you can't even see my cursor. Okay, we saw the killer here, the victim here. They're facing each other, right? And the victim is like in the stand, okay? And the whole premise of this is that he was shot in his right temple, and so the prosecutor, Mr. Gavin, was like, oh, he was down here to the south, with the killer being to the west and the guy to the east, the victim to the east, okay? And I could have sworn, you guys were here, I could have sworn when they first showed that one flash of what happened, that they were flipped. I could have sworn that he saw the victim on his left. And so I'm like, wait, that would have been the left temple, but the diagram made it seem like it would have been the right temple. And now here's the thing. If he saw that it said noodle, it says noodle on the other side of the stand, and it says El Dune on this side of the stand, which means he must have been standing on the other side of the stand, which means the diagram that the prosecutor drew was wrong, and so he would have been shot in the left temple if what he's saying is true. I feel like I sound like that conspiracy guy, like, you know, that that meme of the guy with the stuff behind him and his eyes are bugging out, he's got his hand in front of him. That's like how I feel right now. But I really think, why would he give me a map, a diagram with a murder that's wrong though? Okay, anyway. I called this too. I called this like at the start of the stream. This was so long ago. Okay. It was like over an hour ago or something. Okay. Guys, I'm getting redeemed here. Oh god, okay. Yes, that was it. Remembering something quite well. It sure took you a while to tell us. And thank you for telling us that a noodle stand sells noodles. Very enlightening. Well, Mr. Justice?
What about that sign? Could that be important? Yes, it's very important! It's very important.
So the sign on the noodle stand said, Noodle? It appears the defense has just obtained a vital piece of testimony. Is this noodle stand's broth really that delicious? I'll have to go sample the wares one of these days. I think that's worth adding to the testimony as well.
Whatever sort of noodles that stand sells, it can't match up to Ivy University's cafeteria. Some apply to the school merely for a taste of our smart noodles. I wouldn't mind a taste of that myself.
Alright. Well, I even remember the sign on the stand. The victim was pulling it, said noodle. Okay, so now what do I present here? I pressed. The sign said noodle, you're absolutely sure? The sign said noodle, you're absolutely sure. Oh, music stopped. Hello? Oh my god, he's flipping his book a lot. Let me be frank. Yes. In fact, the word unsure isn't even in my dictionary, nor the word uncertain. Or, I was wasting time looking that stuff up. Noodle, eh? I like that. Tells you what you're getting, no nonsense. Tells me a lot more than that, actually. Why are you smiling like that, Apollo? Okay, let's go. Okay, what do I present? I'm convinced that my big conspiracy theory thing is true. I guess it's the noodle stand. Excuse me, the noodle stand says Aldoon from the position that we're standing. Yet you thought it said noodle, which is on the other side. Got his ass. I can't believe the game would gaslight me like that, because in that like little flash, he really is on the wrong side of the murder, but then the diagram just shows it like right away on the other side. Okay. And you're absolutely sure the sign read noodle?
Why, just last week my professor offered me this praise.
At least you have good eyesight, Stickler. I'll give you that.
That doesn't sound like praise.
It read, without a doubt, noodle.
I see. Guys, I fucking cracked it wide open. It took Phoenix Wright hours to get here, but I got this from the very beginning, from just seeing a flashback of his vision. Hello.
I see. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Is that pity I see in your eyes?
And although the game did successfully gaslight into making me think that I was wrong after.
Let's take a look at our map, shall we? It's because Clavier Gavin is too good. So you're claiming that when you saw the sign, you were standing here, was it? Although it would have been a bit hard to read the sign from this spot.
Do you think so?
He's such a beautiful man. Look at those cheekbones, those lush, plump lips, those gorgeous eyes.
Mr. Stickler, I'd like you to please take another look at the stand, and to carefully read what the sign says. See? The sign actually states the name of the stand's owner. Eldunes.
Inconceivable. I'm certain it was definitely noodle for sure. Positive. I'm afraid your professor was wrong about that eyesight.
I wouldn't be so quick to jump to that conclusion. The sign he saw changes everything. The witness says the sign said noodles, and he saw it right. He saw it right. He lied. What would you say if I told you that there is one spot from which the sign would be read the way Mr. Stickler claims? What?
Mr. Justice, show us this spot. The professor is never wrong, even when they are. That's true. He would have had to be here-ish. Present.
The witness was standing here, on the opposite side. Whoa, get owned!
How do you know that?
When viewed from the south, the sign on the stand reads El Dunes, as we know.
I never noticed the apostrophe S on that last one.
However,
It's the evidence.
Observe the other side of the stand. Oh, the side says noodle.
exactly. The name of the stand is split between the front and back sides. So now, Mr. Stickler, you lied to the court. You witnessed the crime from the northern side of the park, not the south.
Yeah.
You got me. So what? Oh, Clavier. Clavier, you beautiful, beautiful man. You are the one who said that this makes it true that he did actually see the shooting take place in the correct way. Oh no. You beautiful man. You are so wrong. So what? What does it matter if he saw the killing from the north or the south side? It makes no difference at all. He's right. Travel far enough to the south, and you will end up going north. Viewed on a global scale, directions are utterly without meaning.
Actually, maybe he's right. What does it change?
It changes everything, Apollo. Trucy? Remember his testimony from before?
Yeah, I remember. I'm hung up on that because the game convinced me that I was wrong about it.
Though, to be honest, I'm a little scared of where this is leading.
Oh, it's turning 3D.
The killer and the victim are facing each other here. Then, at the moment the killer raises his weapon, Mr. Stickler shouts, "Whoa, stop that! Seize this at once!" At which point the victim turns his head to look. And the killer fires his pistol.
I turned to British for one word.
That's why the bullet hit him in the right temple. No contradictions, right? Right. But if Mr. Stickler was standing on the north side of the park, that reverses the whole scenario. Completely. If Mr. Stickler shouts from where he is now, and the victim looks in his direction,
Guys got good aim.
the bullet would have to hit his left temple.
I'm so vindicated. I'm so vindicated. Arr! Arr!
In other words, someone standing at point K couldn't shoot the victim in his right temple. It's impossible.
That's right!
So, now that we know that Mr. Stickler was standing on the northern side, the wound location takes on an entirely different meaning.
Indeed. You are absolutely correct, Fraulein. Yeah, guys, I would be a great lawyer. This is what they put on the bar exam, I'm sure. Phoenix Wright questions, and I'm like, yeah, I figured it out really fast. What meaning?
The entry wound was on the right side of the victim's head, correct? Well, the right side of the victim's head is north.
North. Ah! But that's where the witness, Wesley Stickler, was standing! Yeah, Totori, that's how I feel right now.
Correct. So if he was standing to the north, then the only person here who could have shot the victim in the right temple was Mr. Stickler himself.
Yeah. Order! 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 Wow. The apple didn't fall far from the tree. She's flipped this whole case on its head while I was still figuring it out. Me, I'm Tracy. Apollo, that's not me.
Objection!
Oh my god, he punches the wall behind him. He's so cool. They like drew the shadow on the wall behind him too, and it looks like very well integrated with the art. Clarify 1 point for me if you would, forehead. What now? Are you truly accusing this college student of murder? Well, can't say he exactly looks innocent, but something still doesn't feel right. I just can't picture him as the real killer. No, please, looks aside. I'm a really nice guy. I'm really a nice guy. All my friends say so. Oh god, this music. Let's go. Let's hear what the defense has to say. What are you going to do now, Justice? All the game reaching the welcome to the commonplace jobs for them. That is like Gumshoe is really smart, just often misses things. I love Gumshoe. What a sweetheart. I love Gumshoe. I miss him. I hope he's doing okay. Is he still working? Did I really agree with him? Okay. So, here's the thing, right? Normally I'd be like, yeah, he's a murderer. But we're too early in the game. We're too early in the trial for this guy to be the actual murderer. And also, Apollo just said that it doesn't feel right. He doesn't seem like the murderer, so he's probably not the murderer. But he did commit another crime. Save. He committed perjury. He literally lied on the stand, so I'll be accusing him of that. Well, he's clearly guilty of something because he's committing perjury. So we'll. I wish it let me like explain because I don't want this. What if they're like, this is something else, and then that's the wrong answer. I'm trying to accuse the guy of perjury, which we have evidence to because he lied in court in front of us. Oh no, the music didn't change. I don't think Wesley Stickler is a killer, but he's not innocent either. His unusual silence tells me that much. Mr. Stickler, you seem unusually quiet. Tell us why. Now.
The word confession isn't in my dictionary.
Forehead. I'm afraid it falls to you to elucidate Stickler's silence. Mr. Justice, you did say you were accusing the witness just now for a crime other than murder. Your reason? The court's all ears. God, I know he's guilty of something. Perjury! But what crime other than murder is there? Perjury! Do I have evidence that shows his involvement in some other crime? Your evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. I mean, the evidence? The court's all eyes, Mr. Justice. How do I prove that he perjured himself? Okay. The perjury is that he said he witnessed the noodle stand. Let's see, we haven't on the wrong side. Oh no. We haven't used the bowl yet. We haven't used the pennies yet. We've used the phone, we've used this. You guess there must be. Yeah, I guess so. It's not just perjury, I guess, if he's still lying. But I just don't know what to accuse him of other than perjury. Like, what do I just present the noodle cart maybe? Like, here's the proof he was lying. Perjury is a crime, right? Okay, I'll present the noodle cart and let's see. Oh, the music stopped. Am I right? Oh, no. Something tells me this isn't one of those good silences. Something else to say, Mr. Justice? Oh, no, okay, that wasn't right. One more chance, please. By all means, but your effort wasn't wasted. Look, a brand new penalty. Okay, okay, I guess it's either not the perjury is not the crime we're trying to accuse him of, or there's another way to prove it. Let me see. What have we not used yet? We've presented the gun because there's the fingerprints are wiped. This we haven't used yet. This has nothing to do with him. Where was this found? This one was in the trash can. Oh, wait. This one was found in the garage. Found an exhaust pipe. I guess maybe it's... Maybe the other crime is that he stole Trucy's and Miss Little Plum's panties. It's this, or the bowl that we haven't used yet, but I don't see how this is illegal. So maybe it's the panties? Okay, I already saved, so... We'll try this one. Hello, you. Is this still one right? Was it by the car? I think I know the loop they wanted to use. Hello, Ian. Hope your drive was good. Okay, well this is a different line so far. So if the last one was incorrect, this one better be correct. The evidence is this. What? Is that woman's underwear? Hey, those are mine! Okay, look, I think stealing underwear, although creepy, isn't, like, maybe not as severe of a crime as perjury. Actually, is it? I don't know. How severely do they punish perjury? Her underwear is really cute. It's a magic prop. Don't look at me like that! Okay, I guess he was just a panty thief. I really thought it was going to be that he was a perjurer. Order! 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 Mr. Stickler. Well, I can't say this comes as a shock. It's not what it seems by Pythagoras' theorem. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., he taps his lips to, like, get his lip stamp, I think, to flip the page. I don't know if it's because they didn't want to animate to using the tongue for that. Or if, he's just weird like that. I love how Stickler guy looks, he's so funny. On the night of the murder, just past 9 p.m., a young girl catches a panty snatcher red-handed. Bravely, she gives chase, but the snatcher flees and hides himself in no other place than the Maractus Clinic garage. Aha! Oh, that makes sense. That would explain why he went in there. Because we didn't resolve that either when we found out he was lying about that. Incidentally, these panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. I want to see if this, like... if this proves somehow that my defendant didn't do it, or if this is just kind of on the side. I guess I don't see how it ties together yet. The panties, well, I guess we know that he was also at the park for sure because we found the other panties in the park trash can. I don't know, we'll see where this goes. These panties were found in the exhaust pipe of the car there. Presumably, he was trying to hide the evidence of his crime.
Ergo, while you may not be a murderer, you are guilty of panty snatching in the 1st degree. That's not a legal thing I can declare. Please hear me out. Please hear me out. What did he say? Hear me out, it's not what it looks like.
Order! 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 Mr. Stickler, you should be ashamed.
It's not what it seems.
My god, is he okay? Sure, are you to understand that you were silenced not because you were guilty of murder, but because you lacked the courage to admit your theft of this girl's undergarment.
Perhaps you are not aware that my school's name was originally written IV. I stands for intelligent, V stands for valiant, you see?
Your point?
I'm not done. Now, I'm a major in the science department. And what a science teacher if not curiosity? Yes, we of the IVU science department are valiantly curious. No challenge is too daunting, and what greater challenge to science than a mystery?
Come on, you're talking about a girl's panties here.
No, you do not understand. A mystery is the unknown, and the unknown is unacceptable.
And he's saying he's never seen... He's never seen a woman before.
And my friends, when it comes to mysterious, those panties are the promised land. From the moment I first laid eyes on them, I was compelled to investigate for science. A full-size car tie was only the first mystery those panties revealed.
Oh, it's because they're like magic panties. Like, she uses them as a prop and she pulls things out of it. So she pulled a tire out of it. Or he pulled a tire out of it.
A tire? Yes, I saw her do it.
Maybe he saw one of her magic shows and he was like, how the fuck did she pull a tire out of those panties?
Yes, I saw her do it. She pulled a tire out of those panties. But that's not all. First, there was a tire, then a stew pot, and a frozen chicken. One mystery after another. It was magic.
Oh, I remember now. He's one of the regulars in the audience at the Wonder Bar.
She's just realizing this now. We've been in court for several hours, Trucy.
Huh? He's talking about my magic panties trick.
I just don't understand. A broom from a pair of panties? It mocks the very laws of physics.
A broom and a frozen chicken, Trucy? Whatever happened to doves and bunny rabbits? Mr. Stickler, you stole this girl's panties to understand a magic trick. You know, I think this is like a much more normal reason to steal someone's panties than like the creepier option, so he's got that going for him at least.
You say panties, but they are so much more than that.
It is actually kind of normal.
For me, they are an object of serious study. I will wonder. There has been a recent rash of panty snatchings in the area. Were they all you? I am sorry, but I did it for science. Each time I spared a pair of panties flapping the breeze, I thought maybe this would be the pair that would elucidate the mystery. Even that night as she chased me through the streets, I wept with joy. Perhaps this is the night that I will see the truth that lies within those panties. Yet woe was I, for once again the lacy, hearted pattern truth. I couldn't read that fast enough. The lacy, heart pattern truth slipped through my fingers.
Still? That leaves one thing unexplained.
She does have a bag of holding. Yeah, if someone did that to me and I had the option of taking a look to see how they did it, I'd want to know. It's good. It's good. I like that he's not a creep. I like that he's just kind of weird. You refer to our witnesses. You refer to our witnesses' other lie, yes? The witness claimed he saw the crime from the south, but was in fact in the north.
Indeed. Would anyone care to explain why he lied about that?
Be my guest, Herr Forehead. Me? Did I not hear you correctly? Did you not say... Do not accuse... Did you not say you do not accuse the witness of murder? Why, then, did the witness lie about his location at the time of the shooting? Save, because this seems like something they might ask me to prove in a second, and I don't know yet. Why would he lie? Why would he lie? Or have you no idea? Apollo, there's something about the way the diagram is arranged right now. When you think about it, right near where Mr. Stickler was standing, isn't there? There was a trash can was standing, isn't there, eh? There was a trash can. And is that the trash can that we... I don't know if we have the diagram, but I could have sworn there was like a trash can or something there. And this was found in a trash can. Maybe it was the same one. Well, Mr. Justice?
Well, Mr. Justice, what say you? Do you have any evidence to show why the witness lied about his location?
Already saved. We're going to try these bloomers. The evidence that shows he lied is this.
What? More panties?
How many panties are you carrying in your pocket, Herr Forehead? These are the last, honest. These were found in the trash can at the park. Looking at the diagram, we can see how the trash can was right next to where the witness stood.
Mr. Stickler, you didn't.
Alas, I'm a failure as a scientist. I can't unravel the mysteries of the universe. I can't even unravel a pair of panties.
So, these panties are your handiwork as well?
That night, I had been chased, hounded into the Maractus Clinic garage. Weeping in frustration, I was forced to abandon my prize. Don't you see how I felt? Believe me, I'd rather not. I hid in the garage for a short while, then abandoning the panties I made for home. To avoid the office where the girl works, I went towards the south entrance. When I saw them hanging there by a clothesline by a giant mansion. A giant pair of panties! Apparently he didn't know those bloomers belonged to the mob. I had them, safe in my pocket, ready to take home, when I stumbled upon a murder. The murder of Dr. Maractus. I reported what I had seen, but as I waited for the police to arrive, I got scared. What if they searched me? That's when you dispose of the bloomers? Yes, it was a severe blow to the progress of science, but one that had to be borne.
A fascinating, if disturbing, tale.
Okay, so he's not related to the murder at all. Does this help my defendant?
I believe this brings today's proceedings to a close.
I guess it does to help my defendant, because it's like saying everything he saw was a lie. Ooh, prosecution needs more evidence.
And I'm more than pleased to dismiss this witness for the remainder of the trial.
One last thing, if I might.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin!
Regardless of where we ended up today, some vital points were made. Namely, that the defendant, Waki Kitaki, was at the scene of the crime, and he was pointing a weapon at the victim. One more thing. Waki Kitaki has a clear motive. Also, you found that the defendant couldn't have shot the victim on the right side, on the correct side. I mean, it's still possible if maybe there was an extra person there that made the victim turn around, but
We haven't heard anything about a person like that yet. Indeed, the defendant, Waki Kitaki, is still the prime suspect in this case. The only suspect, in fact, assuming there was no one else on the scene at the time. Yet, a mystery remains. The location of the wound in the victim's right temple has yet to be explained. The court requests further investigation from both the defense and prosecution.
Yeah, baby.
No problem, sir. Me when a bad bitch tells me to do something. Very well. This brings the trial for the day to a close. Court is adjourned. To be continued. I kind of want to keep going for a little bit more. But I think we'll see like investigation again, which might take a while. Okay. I'm going to run a quick 1-minute ad while I take a few more bites of my taco. And then I'll be right back. I won't change my screen, so if you're subscribed, or you're using the thing that lets you watch an ad of the stream at the same time, you can just watch me bite into my taco. Alright, see you in 60 seconds. Actually, because I post the VOD, I think the people who are gonna watch the VOD on YouTube are just gonna see me like for a minute just eating my taco. As well. I'm also eating a taco with chopsticks so I don't get my hands dirty while I'm playing on the controller. Alright. Okay, and we're back. Okay, save progress. Yeah, I'm eating my taco with chopsticks because my hands will get dirty. June 16th, 2:23 p.m. Write Anything Agency. What a train wreck that was. I'm glad we made it out of that trial alive.
Really? I had fun. And Waki made it through the day, too.
Everyone was too obsessed with pennies to bother with the real case.
But it was good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly.
Yeah. Holy shit.
The amazing Mr. Hat will be making an appearance.
Hi, folks. I'll be here all week. That's about enough of him.
Hello?
She's the one who killed him. She must have been. For some reason. Oh my god. Yeah, Trucy without the hat is adorable. Okay. Conspiracy theory time. She is going to marry into the family. Presumably, like, she'll become, like, the heiress of the stuff or, like, make a lot of money or something. But she doesn't really like her fiancé. She's, like, doing this for position and power and money. And so she knows that the only person, like, from his medical report, like, the only person who can save her fiance from, like, one day just having heart failure is this doctor. But she also knows that, like, her fiance fucking hates this doctor because he messed up an operation. And so she's like, oh, if I just get rid of the doctor, then there's no way for him to, like, fix it, and so he'll just die of a heart condition. And then if he
And if I set him up to be the one that killed him, like, he'll go to jail. So, you know, either way, that's pretty good for me. And then that's why the guy is like, oh no, it was me, because he's like in love with her. He doesn't want to admit that she was there. That's what I'm thinking. It's pretty far-fetched. It's also kind of cliche. So maybe not. But maybe it is. We will see. Is that what you were thinking too, Kyle? Okay.
Ah, Miss Tiala. Thank you for today. The trial went well.
Oh, right. No problem.
Do you think Waki will be okay?
Well, he's not guilty yet.
Please, you have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month.
Oh, and I guess that's why she doesn't want him to go into jail. She like needs him to get married first, and then he can die. Oh, congratulations! Way to put the pressure on a guy.
Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Alright, well, I'll talk to her about it. Marriage. Are you sure about marrying into the Kitaki family?
I'm fine with it, and I love Waki with all my heart. Aw, that's so sweet.
So it doesn't bother you that you'll be, married to the mob?
I don't think so. My parents are against it, of course. Say, where did you and Waki first meet, anyway?
Good question. Miss Tiala doesn't look like the type to have gangster connections.
Oh, we met at my old job, actually.
Ah, office romance.
She's not very forthcoming.
Oh, she's not very forthcoming with information about herself, is she? The Kitakis.
Did you know that the boss is trying to get out of the business?
Really? Mr. Kitaki wants to quit being a gangster?
He's trying to transfer his assets into a normal company. He only announced it recently, out of the blue. I hear there's quite a lot of confusion in the ranks.
I wonder if this explains that apron. Can't imagine Waki going along with that.
He's highly motivated, isn't he?
That's not the word I would have used.
Said, I'll be the next big boss and keep the family alive. I think he's at that age when boys want to make a mark on the world.
That's not the way I would have put it. That's also not how I talk about my fiance. It's weird. See, but not... Now she wouldn't get nothing for it. She wouldn't be part of the mob. Yeah, I guess. She's definitely sus, though.
His father moves in a lot of circles. He is really focused on profits. The Kitaki family's been making a killing recently.
Again, not the way I would have put it.
But Waki says it's not about the money. They have the gangster tradition to uphold.
But for her, it's about the money.
Ooh, a generation gap. They've even got the ever-classic "what about the family business" thing going.
Usually it's the father worried about tradition. Waki's operation. Can I ask you a question about Waki? I understand he was operated on by the victim, Dr. Maractus.
Apparently, yes.
I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my op, something bad. And then he just lets me go without a word. See you later. Bye. I can't do his voice anymore. So I gotta go in, get another doc to patch me up again.
Yes, it sounded horrible. Wonky has always been fond of fighting, I'm afraid.
I'm not sure it qualifies as fighting when pistols are involved.
Mr. Gavin was saying his life might be in danger, wasn't he? No, that can't be right. I'm sure he was just trying to scare us.
Oh, okay. Apparently she didn't know about the fact that the surgeon is the only person who could have saved his life at this point.
It's scary to think that a surgeon might make a mistake, but it's even scarier when he tries to hide it.
I'd like to know a little more about this operation. Maybe it's time to pay the Maractus Clinic a visit.
I should be getting home now. Wonky's in your hands, Mr. Justice.
Right. Leave it to me.
Apollo, I think you're only making her more nervous.
Sorry, I'm new at this, okay?
It's alright. I believe in you.
This girl's so weird. Something sus is happening with this girl, for sure, for sure. Put my food to the side. Pour my water. I'll do a quick sweep to see if there's anything new yet. These are all new, but I wonder if they're gonna say the same thing. So I will give it a go and we'll see. A hot water pot sits on a magic table. Why is the stand for this table so flimsy looking? We've already seen this. Oh, Chips, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the Wolfpack. Ooh. Actually, maybe we haven't seen that. I feel like that's the first time she was telling us that. I should have read that out loud. Should I re-examine everything? Charlie? It's Charlie, the houseplant. They've had it for years, apparently.
That's Mr. Charlie to you. He's been here longer, after all.
Right. Sorry.
I'm sorry, Mr. Charlie. He was raised by a tribe of heathens.
She's saying something to the plant as she waters it.
Mr. Charlie forgives you, this time.
Is there anything else I might do to please his high leafiness? You're surprised Phoenix can keep plants alive? Yeah, it's hard to keep plants alive. But I guess he'll do it for Mia. I still don't know who the mom is. I still don't understand why Trucy is so old if she's even his daughter.
A blue silk top hat, just like the one Trucy's wearing. It's my trademark color, Trucy Blue.
I don't think you can trademark the color blue. Didn't Tiffany trademark their color of blue? Is that not a thing they did?
Standing out is everything when you're up on stage.
I'm gonna look this up. Tiffany Blue trademark? Yeah. Since 1998, Tiffany Blue has been registered as a color trademarked by Tiffany, and in 2001 was standardized as a custom color created by Pantone exclusively for Tiffany and not publicly available. That's so funny. He's like, I don't think blue is a color you can trademark. Interesting, interesting. Reese's trademarked orange. That's kind of wild. Thanks for the welcome. Good game choice. Yeah, I'm having fun with it so far. Anyway, standing out is everything when you're up on stage. Bet you didn't know you've got your own color too, Apollo. Crimson Justice. You make me sound like some second-rate superhero.
At least it's better than being a first-rate super zero.
She's so nice to me. This guy, who is this guy? He's got like weird sideburns. Like Mr. Shady Smith.
An old sepia-tone photograph of a man in a silk hat. His outfit looks a lot like Trucy's, come to think of it.
Aren't those clothes the best? I had mine made to match. If you're going to be a magician, you gotta look the part.
I feel like this part isn't super relevant to the story, but to be thorough, I want to make sure I do investigate everything. And for completeness, a dish of plastic spaghetti like some restaurants put on display. Where did you get this anyway?
It was a birthday present from Daddy. I was so happy. You don't know how long I wanted one of these. I fell asleep with it, cradled in my arms, and the spaghetti bent.
Mental note. What she really wants for her next birthday. A bowl of plastic food. Trucy is so cute. Alright, what is this package? I guess it's the hula hoop. A giant hoop used to levitate people. So, tell me, how does it work?
Apollo, don't you know you should never ask a magician to explain a trick? I mean, you're hardly better than Mr. Stickler.
Hey, I object to being placed in the same category as that panty snatcher.
Enjoy the mystery. That's the way to appreciate magic.
Investigating everything every time you can is also good for hidden lore. Good to know. I'm usually just a very impatient person. Skip through a lot of dialogue in games. But I do want to read all of these ones. There are all sorts of strange paraphernalia sitting on top of the piano. It seems a shame to have all these props and not do a trick or two.
You asked for it.
That's the same trick you've been doing for a long time. Hey, Mr. Righteous, was it? Waka waka.
Justice, Mr. Hat. Apollo Justice.
I can't get over how cute her hair is with her hat's off. Justice? Apollo Justice what? That's what I want to know.
Oh, you're hopeless.
Please, make it stop.
Just let me know if you ever want a visit from Mr. Hat. Any other trick but that?
Oh, any other trick but that one, please? I cannot believe she faked a kidnapping in the middle of court. With a puppet. Those boxes frightened me.
I bet I'm the first magician to figure out these make great shelves.
She does seem to be putting them to good use. But if you ever want to put it back together, you have to take everything off.
Don't worry, I'll clean it up soon. And then we'll try cutting you up.
Thanks, but I'll pass. There's the bookshelf left. Some magic books are mixed in with the law books here. Magic books all look well used, but the law books are just gathering dust. I feel kinda sorry for them. Maybe I'll read some next time I'm around. Okay. Let's move to the clinic, not the Kickfield one. The one here. Well, let's examine the clinic. The front entrance to the Maractus Clinic. The walls and posts are so highly polished I can see my face in them. Wait, my hairdo's a little flat. There, perfect. You have to have spiky hair to be a lawyer. Looks like this is a banner for some campaign. 3 shots for the price of 1. Somehow, I don't see people lining up for that. A police car is parked in front of the Maractus Clinic. It's empty. The police must be inside investigating. How do I go inside? Is it just moving here? This face freaks me out, man. They're like, let's go to the Maractus Clinic to investigate. Well, here I am. Here I am. Cat.
Hey, a kitty cat. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. Meow.
It's not coming down.
You look kind of suspicious, you have to admit.
It's okay, kitty cat. His hair won't hurt you.
It's okay, kitty cat. She won't make you disappear in her hat. That was the same as before. Ladder. Look, it's a folding ladder.
Holly, let's call it a step ladder.
Yeah, it's the same. We've read this before. They argue about what the difference between a ladder and a step ladder is. Okay, so maybe I ought to go somewhere else because I don't know how to get into the clinic. Not a step ladder. It's a ladder that's stepped up, that's true. For the kids. Okay, maybe we'll just try somewhere else. Hey, field clinic, let's tell Phoenix about our... He is not here. Let's go to the mansion. No. She's still trying to get into the park. It's been like several days or something. Looks like that old lady's at it again. Look, I told you yesterday, the park's off limits.
And I told you yesterday, this is how I go home. Okay, you want me to go around? How about giving me $5 like yesterday?
Okay. To the park? No. Feel like if I'm in the right place, a person will... They're like... Huh. I feel like the text told me that I have to go look in the clinic more, but I don't know how to get there. Oh, okay, green text. June 16th, Detention Center. Visitor's room. Looks like Waki's out for questioning. I really need to talk to him. I guess we'll come back later. Excuse me. Yes? The other suspect is all through with questioning, sir.
The other? Ah, you mean the panty snatcher.
Leslie Stickler. So, they arrested him too. Alright. Let's have a little chat with Mr. Stickler. I hope I don't regret this. Where did the snack-eating detective girl go? Good point. Where is Emma?
He is a valuable witness.
He is a bit precious, I'll give him that. Please, keep this brief, if you would. I'm quite busy. I need to finish this paper in your life. It's you! Mr. Stickler, we'd like to have a few words with you. Very well. As long as there are few. Nothing would make me happier, believe me. Look at the guard. A security guard. He stands here, watching this room. I have no idea if he's listening to us talk. I'm not even sure he's breathing. I don't see him breathing. He's not moving at all. The security camera is looking at me. I wonder if they tape all of this. Panty snatcher. Mr. Stickler, on the night of the murder, you stole— Wait! I can't help but feel that I'm being misunderstood. How, exactly? Yes, that night, I obtained a pair of panties, that's true, yes. However, it was my burning curiosity that drove me to do it. Nothing more.
You wanted to know the trick of my panties, right?
You're here too! Oh, great Trucy, teach me!
I must know the secret of your panties. My very existence hangs in the balance. Please, make me your apprentice. Apollo, help!
I don't know. I think he'd make a great, lovely assistant.
Don't say that, Apollo.
Would you relate what you saw the night of the murder to us one more time?
Why not? Though it hardly differs from the testimony I gave in court. The defendant was there in the park that night, of this I'm quite certain. He was pointing a pistol or something like that at the victim. That's when I shouted, "Stop, you two! Let's resolve this like gentlemen." And the next moment, a shot was fired.
And this is all true? Really?
My panties are gone, my innermost heart revealed. What further reason could I possibly have to lie?
Can't think of anything you want to hide more than panty snatching, true.
Sounds like Joaquin was at the scene of the crime after all.
How I wish it weren't so. Oh god, I felt like a sudden wave of sleepiness. Alright, let me finish up this conversation, I might call it. And go lie down for a bit. Oh god. Okay. Let's see, maybe I have to present him something? Let's show him my attorney's badge, and I'll only present if I visit all the other places, and we're still locked because presenting stuff could take a while. Fine. Ignore my evidence. See if I care. Wonder what he's thinking. On second thought, let's not go there. I guess, okay, he's not interested in my law attorney badge. Oh, I'm so sleepy. Holy shit. Okay, let's finish. Oh! June 16th. Kitaki Mansion. We were just here. Oh! Yipes, she's back. Hey! You two! Over here! Us?
Yo, Little Plum, what's up?
Yeah, I think I'm planning on ending soon. I got really sleepy all of a sudden. I think all this gangsterese is a negative influence on Trucy. I heard you retrieved from at Bloomers! I don't remember the voice I did for her, oh my god. Well, I was just doing... Bah! A man speaks clearly and takes credit where it's due. You caught the thief, didn't you? Yes. Sorry, I caught him.
You're cute when you're nervous, Polly.
I'll deal with you later. But enough about Bloomers. What about my son, Walkie? Walkie? Or well, he's clearly. Yes, ma'am. This is why I was kind of hoping we could avoid coming back here. Walkie.
Oh, he's really everything you'd expect in a boss's son. I'm going to be a gangster, dude.
Life does have an appeal for that age. Particularly for boys. What? Don't look at me like that. He was shot in a turf war about half a year ago. Yes, we heard the story from Walkie. But he didn't tell you the whole story. You know, even if he had a pistol then, he couldn't have shot anyone. What? He acts like he's hard, but he couldn't shoot someone to save his life. I should know. I'm his mom. My words do have a certain weight to them. Hopefully, when this is all taken care of, he and the boss can sort out their differences. The boss? You mean Walkie's father? They didn't seem to be on the best terms, did they?
The case. It's true! One of our pistols is missing.
So the murder weapon was from this mansion. We kind of figured, given the difficulty of obtaining a gun these days.
None of the rank and file have access. Only the boss, myself, and Waki could have taken it.
I see. Maybe the boss did it.
I'm sure the cops will continue tromping all over the mansion because of this case. Maybe this is a sign that it's time for a change.
She doesn't seem too concerned, at least. Alright, let's talk about Alita because she's so sus. But I am falling asleep in my chair. I wonder if it's something I ate. Why am I so sleepy?
Yeah, Waki's fiance. They're getting married next month, correct? I suppose.
Oh wait, hold on. Oh, they're getting married next month, correct?
I suppose. She's been staying all over lately.
You don't look too happy about that, Little Plum.
How'd you guess?
Even I could tell that.
Could you tell us one more time? Tell us more about her.
Oh, could you tell us more about her?
Waki brought her home one day. Says she wants to tie the knot.
I can see why. She's so pretty.
Oh, she's pretty enough. But you know...
No, it's probably just me being suspicious.
Stay in this business too long. And you start to only see the darkness in people.
I've turned her into like an 80-year-old man somehow.
You get a nose for it. A nose for people, a nose for troubles.
I wonder what the problem is. It's like a gangster-only version of female intuition. Alright, let's do the last conversation topic here, and then I will call it. Because I am getting so sleepy. Father and son.
The boss may act tough, but that boy means the world to him.
But Waki seems, well, it seems like he's against his father's position.
It's to be expected. We're in a bit of a transition now. Try to cut our ties to the shadier side of the street and do more on the up and up. Waki isn't too enthusiastic about the change, it's true.
But why the change? Is the gangster thing just not paying the bills?
It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is.
I see. Something must be up.
You'll see things the way the boss sees them someday.
Okay. I still need to do a re-examining of this room, but I think maybe I'll call it there for now, and before we play next time I will remember to re-examine things. But I am all of a sudden super sleepy, so I'm gonna take this time to head out. Thank you everybody for hanging out with me tonight and keeping me company while I played Ace Attorney. I had a lot of fun. VOD will be up on YouTube today or tomorrow at some point if you wanted to catch up, if you came in late. Yes, and you wanted to catch up on everything in the series so far, episodes 1 and 2 of me playing through the first case, and the first part of this second case are up over there too. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by here when there are so many places you could spend your evening. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for the shout out to my YouTube, Brad, and yeah, go subscribe there if you want to, or unsubscribe there if you want to as well. See if I care.
Alright, goodbye everyone. Take care. Have a good night and a good rest of your week. I will see you some other time, which will be announced in the Discord. Goodbye. Well, you only need the light when it's burning low. Only miss the sun when it starts to snow. Only know you can't wait for Frey VTubers Ace Attorney Apollo Justice VODs to be posted on YouTube when I forget to export my VODs. But I have to go.